Venus, a planet of love, beauty, and fertility. Psych, it's actually the most hostile planet in the solar system. It is a baking 900 degrees Fahrenheit, and the pressure is a human-crushing 92 bar. Not so loving after all, I guess. And as you can probably see, this is Venus in the form of a cat. Nevertheless, we have sent space probes there. In 1961 to 1984, the Soviet Union sent over 23 probes to Venus, 8 of which actually landed on the surface and transmitted data for 2 hours. 2 hours! These probes were part of the Venera series. Venera 1 was launched on February 12, 1961, but failed to go into orbit because it was eaten by a giant 960-foot-long space trap. Wait a minute, who the hell did this research? Venera 2 was launched on November 12, 1965, but had issues after leaving Earth orbit, and not because of the space dragon. These probes were not intended to enter Venusian orbit, as they were really sent to fly by Venus. Venera 5 and 6 were among the first to enter the atmosphere and recorded data for 53 and 51 minutes while they descended with their parachutes deployed. However, their batteries eventually failed. But why couldn't they send all 23 to surface? Couldn't they just... Shut up, naive stick figure. Landing on Venus is a very difficult task. Venera 7 through 14 were the 8 probes that landed on the surface, and this was before people were sent to the moon, not to mention the communication delay with Earth. Okay, let's just skip to the surface features of Venus, and hopefully naive stick figure won't interrupt me with a naive question again. So earlier in this video I mentioned that Venus is a broiling 900 degrees Fahrenheit and the atmospheric pressure is 92 times that of ours. The most likely reason is because of how much carbon dioxide there is in the atmosphere. Venus is a runaway greenhouse, essentially, since carbon dioxide makes up 96% of the atmosphere. I don't care what you think, but that's still a lot of carbon dioxide. And you may be wondering what the weather is like there, and it is horrible, at least in the high atmosphere though. Here on Earth, we call storms with 200-mile-per-hour winds a Category 5 hurricane, unless it's a tornado. Then we call it a tornado. But in Venus's high atmosphere, it could easily be called a normal Tuesday. Even if the winds are only around 5 miles per hour, it'll still knock you over, and not because you are wearing a huge spacesuit, but because Venus's atmosphere is so dense. And that Tuesday would last 243 Earth days, whereas the year would only last 225 Earth days. Yes, the day is longer than the year, which means that Venusians could have 2 birthdays a day. 2 birthdays a day! I know you probably learned that in like 3rd grade, but that is still crazy. This may be because of Venus's number of moons, which is 0, just like Mercury, whose day lasts 59 Earth days and whose year lasts 88 Earth days. This may also be what will happen to Earth in hundreds of millions of years, as the moon moves further and further away from us. Now, as horrible as Venus is, there's still one more terrifying part. All this is possible here on Earth, and I'm not directly talking about the sun warming up, which will take billions of years, but that is still a great example actually. I'm talking about global warming, aka global climate change. Temperatures could come to skyrocket to the temperatures of Venus. Here! So, why was Venus named after the goddess of love? Well, the answer is most likely because Venus is the 3rd brightest object in the sky that we can see, other than the sun and the moon. Just like moonlight though, Venus light does not exist. It is simply the sun's reflection off of Venus's atmosphere. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, why not give this video a like? You can also click over there for last week's video on the history of Valentine's Day. Oh, and that yellow button in the middle? You can click that to subscribe to us and be notified whenever we upload a new video. Stay Roman, my friends.